I love every kind of cat. I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat.
Hey Flosstube, I'm back. I'm back from StitchCon, and let me tell you, it was a lot of fun. So obviously you've probably noticed that I'm in a different spot than I was last time. That's because I'm too lazy to go upstairs and take all of my stuff upstairs to the craft room and organize it. It's all down here, so I'm doing it down here. The cats are a little confused by my setup here, so you may see them wandering in and out. And my phone is very precariously balanced, so it may also fall. Just a warning. Man, where to even begin? Flosstube was Flosstube. You can tell it's been a long weekend. StitchCon was amazing. It was my first ever retreat of any kind for cross stitching, and so I'm actually kind of surprised. I was a little nervous when I originally signed up and like was getting invoiced and all that stuff, but as we got closer, I just got really excited. I wasn't as nervous, and as an introvert, I really surprised myself this weekend by making new friends, staying up late and stitching, and just being really outgoing. There was only one time where I had to retreat to my hotel room just to like take some me time because I was overpeopled. But it's been amazing. It was a lot of fun. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, the first couple of days I hardly got any stitching done because I was too busy talking and shopping way too much. So today is mostly gonna be haul and freebies, but I did get some stitching done, so I'm gonna show you that first. What should I start with? Okay, so I did stitch on 3 projects. 2 of them were whips I already had, and then the third one was a new start at StitchCon, which I haven't touched since I got back, so you're gonna be hopefully impressed by how much I got done because I'm impressed. But the first one that I have is my Blue Winter by Thistles, I believe. I think it's called a Thistle. And I didn't get a ton done, but compared to where I was last time, I think it's a little bit better. I've completed the house, well, except for the side here. But I'm stitching this on 36 count linen. It's raw. I just copy and tea dyed this myself. And I'm using, not the called for, I think the called for was Classic Colorworks, which again, not an LNS, which the store that we get floss from here locally doesn't carry. So I substituted all for a week's Dye Works. So I'm pretty pleased with how far this is coming along. I love a higher count, so I'm really enjoying the stitches on this. So that's that one. And then the next one I've gotten a lot of progress done on because while we were at StitchCon, I went ahead and picked up the missing colors that I needed that were in DMC. Obviously I could have done this at any other point in time. I just didn't do it because I was lazy. For my Niffler, which this is on Color and Cotton Ruby. Don't remember what count it is. Probably like 28, I think. And that's how far I've gotten. I've been stitching on this a lot since I got back. So it's gonna be super cute. I can't wait to see it done, obviously. This was a pattern by, I think it's Lolata Shop on Etsy. A lot of really cute patterns. While I was at StitchCon, I met the Stitchy Bookworm, Andrea, I'm not sure how you say it, I'm sorry. And she was working on one of the other patterns from Lolata Shop on Etsy that I had looked at, but I was like back and forth on, and I don't know what it's called, but it's under the stairs, like it's showing the little cupboard under the stairs. And I given one of those where it's kind of back and forth on the pattern, but seeing it in person like really sold it for me. She was working on that and almost done. And so I'm probably gonna have to go get that pattern now because it looked amazing. And then last but not least, my new start. Y'all, this is part of haul technically, but I started it at StitchCon, so I want to show you. Plum Street might be my new favorite designer. I mean, I don't know if I've ever stitched anything by Plum Street. I can't remember, but the model for this really sold me on it. The colors look almost completely different here, but I'm not mad about it, and I'm obsessed with the fabric choice. And this is Summer in Nantucket. It's a little glare, sorry. And the colors are like almost completely different because of, you know, obviously dye lots. So that is Summer in Nantucket, and I am stitching it on 40 count Dapple by Weeks Dye Works. And this is how far I got. I got a lot done. I started it on Saturday afternoon, and then the last stitches I put in were Sunday around noon before we left. So I mean, I worked on this a bunch. But look at that itty bitty whale. Abby Topknot coined it's a whale vein because it's a weather vane and it's a whale, and I love it because puns, and Abby is adorable, and I'm so glad I got to meet you in person. I'm obsessed. Teeny stitches. I am obsessed with higher counts, obviously. I could stare at this all day. Look how teeny it is. Also, this is one of the needles I got in my needle minder swap, which I'm looking to see if my needle minders are down here. I don't remember what I did with them. Oh, they're here, hold on. Okay, so that means the next thing I'm gonna show you is the needle minders that I got. I made some last minute, so I didn't really have a ton to trade, which is totally fine, and honestly, they weren't like super awesome. But I did get some really awesome needle minders that I want to share with you, not share you. So first off, there's two needle minders here that Nancy, she's not on Flosstube, but she is an amazing human being. She's on Instagram. You should find her. I think it's Nancy A7378, maybe. She comments on like all of my stuff. So you should go find her on Instagram because she's adorable and I love her so much. She brought Kathleen and I some needle binders. Cat lady, how cute is this? I'm obsessed. And then because she's from Canada, which I did not know, this cute little Canadian needle binder that's also a threader, and it came with a couple of needles. So that's pretty functional and fun. And then I got this adorable cat needle binder from who else but Abby, Topknot Stitcher. Of course, all the cats. And I don't remember where these three came from. There was a lot of people walking around swapping, but all super cute. And then this last one, little Harry, he's upside down. There we go. Came from Katie, the thentaptimestitcher. She sat at my table. Super fun. I'm super glad I got to meet you. Let me just tell you guys, I'm glad Kathleen went with me because I was a little concerned, like, where am I gonna sit? What if they don't like me? All those things that you're commonly stressed or worried about when you go to a new place for the first time, or at least if you are me and you are an introvert and have social anxiety. But Kathleen and I sat, our friend Sarah, who is also from Nashville, she got there before us and saved us a couple of seats at her table, and I'm so grateful for that because I absolutely loved the ladies that were sitting at my table. Jen Lee and her mom were sitting with us at our table. Jen is the one who started the 24-hour stitch marathon, and I had heard about it, seen lots of stuff about it, just hadn't got around to doing it. And so it was really cool to get to meet her and talk to her and her mom and just hang out. And then also, of course, thentaptimestitcher Katie, I follow her on Instagram already, but again, it was just one of those, getting to put a face to a name is really fun, and just getting to meet people and talk to them and just get to know more about them outside of cross stitching was really a blessing. And then Laura was also at our table. I don't think she's on social media, but she was super sweet. She got a ton done. She's a monogamous stitcher and got so much done because she I don't think I ever saw her leave the table. Like, we would leave so often to go get food or go talk or go shop, and she just sat there and stitched away like just a machine. She was so like amazing. So again, just a really fun environment. The room was huge. I don't think I took any pictures of the room. I'll try to include some pictures that I did take at the very end. So if you don't want to see all the pictures of like people or whatever, then you don't have to see it. But it was full, like to the brim. There's 400 people there. And while it was like really big and crowded, it just also felt really not overwhelming, if that makes sense. Everyone was so kind. Everyone was just walking around, seeing what people were stitching on. There's a lot of laughter, and it was great. So many people had finishes while we were there. It was just a fantastic time. Okay, so since I did needle binders, I'm gonna talk about my smalls exchange. I did that as well, and I got Michelle Mich Stitch on Instagram and on Flosstube, which, Michelle, I never told you this, and I'm sorry if you're watching this. I've not actually watched any of your Flosstubes, but I'm going to now because you're amazing and I love you. So I got Michelle, and she's from Australia, so this is what I got in my smalls exchange. This little biscornu. It's her first ever one to make, which is super impressive. I've never made one. Been wanting to make one, just haven't done it. Haven't found a pattern that I'm like want to try or like have to have. But it's little frogs. I'm gonna try and focus without knocking my phone over. Little frogs and bumblebees. And I think she put lavender in it. Yeah, lavender. So it smells really nice. And then crushed walnuts. So it has a nice weight to it. So that was the small that she stitched. And then a little kangaroo holding a boomerang and its baby. Adorable. So I got this, and then still haven't tried it yet because of course I had to show it off. Violet Crumble. It is a candy chocolate, I think. I don't actually know I'm assuming it's violet-y. I don't really know, but it's an Australian candy. And then of course, what Australian gift exchange would be complete without Vegemite. I haven't tried it yet. I meant to try it for breakfast the next morning because Michelle kindly explained to me the best way to try it for the first time without like absolutely hating it right away. And I left my exchange in the stitching room and it got locked up, so I didn't try it, and then I just forgot. So this was my amazing exchange. Whoa, I dropped the biscornu. But is it not so cute? Love it. This is gonna go on my desk at work. And probably this guy too. Okay, you guys ready to see some haul? I know you are. So I'm gonna start with all the free stuff because why not? If you saw my Instagram, you saw me post a picture of like all the stuff that I got just like all over on the floor. So let me start with this amazing bag. They gave these bags away, everyone got one. So it came in handy because I put everything that I got in here. So like all my freebies went in here, all my purchases went in here, helped me keep things organized, which is really awesome. So this was for free from, well, you know, it was included in registration, so that was really awesome. And then it also had this cute little journal, so you can keep track of your stitching if you want, or whatever, just a little simple journal. It says StitchCon 2019. Okay, this bag is full of stuff, and some of it's kind of crinkly, so I apologize in advance. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna try to do my best here. There was, I'm telling you, like, people brought some really amazing stuff. People were so generous. I saw one person come up with a wagon, an actual, like the kind that you put your kids in and pull behind you wagon, full of patterns and fabric and just goodies and all that sort of stuff. So it was just really awesome. I found this. It's a magnifier. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I should just sit like this the whole time. If you're not looking, you should look now because this is pretty impressive. Would you still be my friend if I looked like this all the time? Okay. Anyway, so I haven't tested it yet because I didn't have batteries for it, but it uses batteries and then it clips off. So you can clip it onto something or you can put it back in here. So it's a magnifier and then a little light right there. So I'm excited to try that. If I'd had batteries, it would have been perfect for stitching at the table, but I just didn't have any. And then I haven't taken this out of the bag and it's gonna be really crinkly, I apologize. It's not cross stitch, I think it's embroidery, but it's a coin purse called Midsummer Night's Dream by the Noble Thread, and it's the entire kit. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, I need that. Like you can see it's got everything that you need inside. So I haven't opened it because I was just so overwhelmed with all the stuff that I got. I'm hoping that there's really good instructions in here because I have no idea where to start with that. Next, let me just go ahead and, it's a nice big thick stack. These are all my freebies. Let's see. Winter holiday, little Mill Hill kit. Abby actually got this off the freebie table, but I was talking about how I'd never tried one and I wanted to try Mill Hill, so she gave it to me so I can try Mill Hill. It's got the floss in it, but not the beads, so I'll just have to go get beads. Well, at least I don't think there's beads. Yeah. And then like something to stitch it on. But that should be fun. And then I got this piece of fabric. It looks like it might be a 40 count. I haven't measured it yet, but look at this giant piece of fabric. You could put something really awesome on that. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but fabric, free fabric. Fabric is great. One of the cats is currently attacking the kangaroo. Sorry, Michelle. It's become a cat toy. So fabric. They also gave us these really cute little, I think they're just like pin cushions, but it's in the state of Ohio, the shape of the state of Ohio with a little heart on it. Okay, that's everything that's in here. So let me start going through some patterns. Stephanie at Lindy Stitches gave everybody one of these adorable little turtle patterns. So I'm gonna get to that eventually. I can't really show you what's in here, but there's like 15 freebies in here because they're all, let me see if there's any that have a picture and don't have just the pattern. Because some of them are really cute, but a lot of them don't have a picture, they're just all patterns. So there's the StitchCon logo, pedal pusher, stitched together by a common thread. Let me just fold that. So that's super cute. Let's see. And then we've got a nosegay from 1604 by Works by ABC, Arlene. I got to sit with Arlene. She was one of the people that I sat with late at night to stitch with. Super sweet. So cool to meet people that were there that were also designers that had stuff there. It's kind of surreal. So that's super pretty. It was an exclusive. It says free pattern for StitchCon 2019, so I'm assuming it's exclusive. There's a pattern by Luminous Fiber Arts, but there's not a picture, so I can't show you, I'm sorry. But it's really cute. It's got bees and hearts, or maybe strawberries. Strawberries and a flower. Yeah, the strawberries. Then we've got Be Joyful Always by Kanikis. Never heard of it, but this is fun. Of course, Save the Bees. There's all the good bee stuff. There were so many cute bee things. Then there was one from Heart and Hand, but it does not have a picture. It's called Kindness Matters. It's also very cute. Another one that is just a picture of the pattern, no picture on it. Okay, so those are all of those. Those were just what were in the bag. Those were on the freebie table, so everybody got one of those. And then everyone also received, these were like random. There wasn't, like, I don't think everyone didn't get the same exact pattern. But I've got I don't know if they were all Raise the Roof either, but I think there were multiples of a couple, and then everybody got like one of them. This one is Helga Hagg's Beauty Bag by Raise the Roof. Sorry for the glare. How cute is that? I was telling somebody at StitchCon, I don't really do anything for Halloween, but I love Halloween patterns. There's just so many really great ones that are adorable. So those are all the ones that were given to everybody. Now this is all the stuff that I just got off the freebie table. Let's see. Little House Needleworks. Little House, it's called Sailing, Little House Chart number 74. And it says Sailing over the bounding moon. I'm also really into like these, not super nautical, but like kind of vintage, nautical maybe. I don't really know what the word would be for it, but freebie table. I mean, come on, it's amazing stuff. I've got a Grandpa's Pickup, which I think was pretty popular last year by Little House Needleworks. Can't wait to stitch that. I really want to have some ornaments on our tree this year that are stitched up. I'm coming to this one last because it's, anyway. This one, as soon as I saw it, okay, you guys, I've never heard of this. I don't even know who designed it. Oh, Mosey and Me. I may have heard of this designer, but never seen this pattern, never heard of this pattern, but you're gonna see why I had to have it the second that I saw it. Is that not almost exactly like Charlie? I'm gonna give him a little mustache because Charlie, but come on. How cute is that cat? He looks like he just got into something and got caught doing it, which is very true of Charlie most of the time. Okay, next one. This picture is terrible, so I'm gonna take it out of the bag to try and give you a better look of it. You cannot understand how excited I was to see this one. And there's a backstory to it. So every summer I went to a camp in Missouri called Kanakuk Camps. It is a Christian sports camp. So every single time we had a meal, we wouldn't always pray beforehand. We might sing a song or something like that. And one of the songs that we would sing was Johnny Appleseed. And at first glance, I almost passed over this, but I'm so glad that I found it because this is the lyrics to that song. And I'm gonna sing it because you can't really read it. But I'm so excited. So it goes, oh, the Lord is good to me. And so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, like the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. And we would always add a yee-haw at the end. And when I saw this, I got so excited. I was telling Kathleen the backstory and then I started to sing it. And like, no joke, 3 other ladies at that table started singing along with me. And I loved it. It was great. So I don't think it's as like more in Christian circles. I don't think it's super well known, but it just made me, I went to that camp for 7 years, 2 weeks every summer. So it was just a fun memory. It's definitely gonna stitch this up very soon. I've discovered that I also really like Bent Creek patterns. Luna, don't you dare knock this phone. Luna's about to knock it over. So if it falls over, blame the cat. I've discovered that I like Bent Creek, and there were quite a few on the table. So I think I just got 2 Bent Creek patterns, but this one is called Snow. So cute. I also really like winter and Christmassy patterns. More so heavy on the winter and not necessarily heavy on like Santa and Christmas in particular, just like wintry. So that one was really cute. And this one is also a Bent Creek called All in a Row. I feel like this would be a good year-round one. It's just adorable. It's a letter string, but the moon and the star and the little house. I feel like it'd be really cute in a nursery or something. I saw a few things that I thought would be cute in a nursery, and my sister used to ask me when I was gonna make something for my nephew, who will be 1 tomorrow. Tomorrow he's gonna be 1. So I finally found something I thought that would be great, and she doesn't have any room on the walls in the nursery anymore, so go figure. I'm just gonna put it on my wall. Okay, next one is the Drawn Thread, Simply Autumn. This is so cute. Look at those colors. Sorry for the glare. Let me see if I can take it out. I legit haven't really looked at like many of these. I haven't taken any of them out of the bags because I was just so like frenzied. There we go, that's better. At getting everything. I think I went up to the freebie table 3 or 4 times the first day, and every time I went up there, there was something new. Luna's about to, there she is. Do you like this one, Luna? I've literally got a stool propped up on a table right now, and the phone is propped up on a leg of the stool very precariously, so she's probably gonna knock this over. And she's under the stool right now. So there's really no good way of getting her out of there unless she just comes on out. And then I think I've just got, no, 2 more freebies. I know, guys. And then I bought a bunch of stuff. So this is still free stuff. Luna, honey, I need you to move. Go that way. There we go. This one's going to be glary as well, so I'm going to take it out. It is by Dupe Design. I think that I'm saying that right. I hope so. Called Lazy Days of Summer. It says, enjoy the lazy days of summer. I haven't done a banner yet, so I'm excited about this one. It's so cute. No idea. Never heard of Dupe Designs. I think it's a fun name. I wonder when this came out. I'm curious about the copyright on this. It doesn't say. Surely it's on here somewhere. Dupe. Yep, I don't see a date. It's sad. It's kind of curious. Okay, and then last but not least, Abby came over to my table and she was like, I was gonna bring you a pattern and I left it at home and I'm really bummed. But lo and behold, she found the pattern on the freebie table. So she snagged it and brought it straight to me. And I recognized it because I've seen her cross stitch it on one of her videos. And you guys, I don't think you're ready for this. So are you ready? You should look up if you're not looking up. It is by the Victoria Sampler, or rather it says designed by Kathy Jean for the Victoria Sampler. It's Harry Catter and Kit White, but I'm really excited about that cat right there. Look at the Harry Potter kitty. Are you dead? As Steph would say, are you dead on the floor? Because I am. That's definitely gonna get stitched. I may have to put a little hat or something on him because that is just too cute. Too cute. Thank you, Abby. I'm so excited about this. I don't even know where to begin. I have so many freebies. I don't know what I want to start with. So speaking of, before we get to the stuff that I actually purchased, here we are, 30 minutes into it, still on freebies. You know how sometimes, at least rings true for me, you just kind of get in phases where you watch a lot of Flosstube and then you take a break for a while because in my case I was binging Game of Thrones or maybe another show, or you just, for whatever reason, you go in phases. So I, was stitching still, but not as motivated as I am when I watch Flosstube and just see other people's progress and how they organize their stuff and do things. And so I was motivated. We'll see if this lasts because I've tried it before and then I didn't really follow it. To do a Tiny Decisions app again, Tiny Decisions wheel. There's 30 patterns. I added all my freebies, and there's 30 of them, I think. Including the ones that are, and maybe that's the new stuff I bought too, actually. So between the two, that might be all of it. Crinkle for a second. And also, of course, I was sitting with Jen, so now I'm gonna do 24 hours of cross stitch. And then also Abby and Jen and Corey, Silent Stitcher, they were all like, you've got to join Magical Stitches, the School of Magical Stitches in Literature. I don't know why I haven't done it yet, okay? I've seen people posting about it and I'm like, man, that would like motivate me to pull so many projects out. And I just, for whatever reason, just one of those seasons of life where I wasn't like super active on like Flosstube and like actually stitching more than one project at a time. So I just, for whatever reason, never did it. And now I signed up and I'm just waiting to be sorted, but I'm really excited about it because I think it'll help me get a lot of good starts on that stuff. I have one last freebie because I forgot. It was our make and take project. and it is this cute little, I think it's a scissor fob, but I might use it as like a pull for one of my like zippers. I don't know like the best way to. So it says 2019, and then there's a little school bus charm on there. And I'm sure you've probably heard by now because I know other people have already posted. But this year, there was a school bus that Barbara and her husband at Keepsakes, they purchased this school bus for StitchCon. They repainted it red and white, says, and put Stitchy Bus on it, and that's what they used to take people back and forth to Keepsakes, and as well as to the La Quinta, which is where they were doing the late night stitching. For most people, we a group of us were doing late night stitching over at our hotel at the Hyatt, but so that would run route. So of course there's a Stitchy Bus 2019, and then there was a ton of different little tassels, different colors you could pick. Man, that's a lot. Let me take a sip of this coffee. Fun fact, I went to Starbucks today. This is my third coffee of the day. Went to Starbucks to work a little bit and just get some stitching done. And I locked my keys in my car. I've never locked my keys in my car. I'm usually very like aware of that because I always lock I have a key fob that like can unlock it, which I use it to unlock, but for whatever reason, I just got into a habit of locking the doors by hand on the side of the door rather than with the key fob. And of course I'm playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite, so I sat in the parking lot for a few minutes making sure there wasn't anything nearby that I could get. And as I was sitting there before I went inside, the keys fell onto the floor and I forgot that they were there. And the second I shut the door, I knew what I had done and I was so mad. And I had to pay $76. After a weekend of buying so much stuff at StitchCon, I did not have $76 to spare. But I'm gonna have to make it work to get someone to unlock my car because I don't have AAA like a lame person. If you don't have AAA, you're not lame. I need to get it. Okay. Purchases. I don't think you guys are ready for this. So there's 3 of these bags here. And I'm just too excited to show you guys stuff that I got. I actually have a 4th bag, but I left it at StitchCon. And Sarah very kindly, hoopcatstitches on Instagram, go follow her because she's amazing. I'm gonna link all these people below because you guys are gonna forget because you're like me, you're probably stitching and not looking up very much to stop and do that. She very kindly texted me after we were like 2 hours away from Cincinnati, like back to Nashville. She was like, hey, I found your bag. I'm gonna bring it with me because we do a Nashville meetup every month. It is next weekend, so if you are in the Nashville area, you should join the Music City Cross Stitchers Facebook group and come to the Brentwood Public Library next Saturday from 10 to 4 and come stitch with us. I won't be there because my nephew turns 1 tomorrow and he is out of town, so we're doing his birthday party next weekend. And of course I'm going to that. So she is going to bring it and my lovely roommate Kathleen is going to get it for me. But I have a lot of stuff and I'm very sad that I left it because I bought my first ever primitive hair designs. Let me tell you, we waited until this is how the shopping went. Okay, so at the conference center, there was a room that they called the Annex where they had vendors and like there was a ton of stuff. If you saw my Instagram story, I basically almost cried because I knew I was gonna go broke because there's so much great stuff in there. They had Color and Cotton, they had Works by ABC, they had Lindy Stitches, they had Heart and Hand, they had Jan Hicks, I think, maybe, unless I'm getting her confused with someone else. They had a ton of stuff in there. So we decided we were gonna go there first and then go to Keepsakes on Friday because the Annex opened at 8:30. Keepsakes didn't open until 10. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, that's plenty of time to get what I want, and then we can head on over there and be like the first ones to Keepsakes. I think all 400 people decided to go to the Annex at the same time, and even though normally crowds really bother me, I was like, I'm not missing any of the stuff that I wanted to get, so I went in there, and Kathleen and I waited. from start to finish, we didn't wait this long, but from start to finish, it was probably a 2-hour process because the lines were really long. I didn't mind. So Barbara, Steph, Pam, if you guys watch this, it did not bother me. I was happy to sit there, chat with people, make new friends. That's what I heard from a lot of people. It wasn't a big deal. And I'm sure that you guys already have a system in place or an idea for next year to make it move a little bit more smoothly. It's hard when you go from 150 to 400 people to anticipate where people are gonna wanna shop first. Not a big deal. So we were there until like 11, from like 8:30 to 11, maybe 11:30, doing the annex. And then we sat down, stitched for like 5 minutes, went and grabbed lunch, and then went to keepsakes. So by the time all of that happened, people came in on like Wednesday, they went to keepsakes on Thursday, they may have gone to keepsakes first on Friday. By the time we got there, some of the patterns that I came like looking for were already sold out. I was determined to get Halloween or Shores of Hawk Run Hollow this weekend. I mean, I can obviously order it online, but I wanted to support a local shop, and also I just wanted to have that satisfaction of just getting it off the shelf right there. And those had already been all bought up. The only one they had was Map of Hawk Run Hollow, which I did bring, and I have it, but I didn't bring the pattern or any of my floss. I just brought the fabric because I'm dumb. So all that to say, primitive hair, I found one that I was like, man, I've got to have this one. I saw the model. I looked forever all around it. I think it's like Yule, I forget what, it's Yule something, but it was a Christmas deer maybe in a dress. I don't know. It looked adorable and amazing and like spooky, and I loved it and I wanted it, and they were out. Everyone like snatched it up super fast. So come like our second or third time we went back to keepsakes, I had sworn I wasn't gonna buy anything, but Kathleen needed some more fabric because she picked out some fabric and then she ended up not liking it for what she wanted. So we went back to get more fabric, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go get some petite needles, and that's it. And then I bought a bunch more stuff. But I found this primitive hair Red Riding Hood. I'm gonna insert a picture of it because I'm excited about it, and I wish I could remember the name of the fabric that I got, but it is a gorgeous Weeks Dye Works, and I'll show it on my next video and probably on Instagram. Like mottled greenish tan, like just really spooky looking linen, and it looks amazing. So the picture of that design is going to go here. I'm so excited, and it only calls for 4 colors, so I'm just gonna kit it up with stuff that I already have, which is great. Now I'm gonna show you what I got. I separated it by, I kept it in the bags that I purchased them because I'm weird. I don't know. I have weird things about systems. So this is from round number 2 in the annex, and I got, oh, it's a StitchCon limited edition. It doesn't even have a title. It's a Belfast 32 counts quarter, 17 by 26. Is that a quarter? I still don't really know. Fat quarter, fat half. I have no idea what the sizes are. From Color and Cotton, but it's a beautiful like blue gray. And that's pretty true to color right there. So I'm really excited about that one. And I kid you not, I liked this fabric so much that I picked it up. After I had someone cut it for me, I picked up the other half of it like 6 times while I was looking through fabrics. It's my first fabric by Under the Sea Fabrics. It is a 40 count linen, and it is called Looking Glass. Is that not so beautiful? It's got like some blue gray in it, and it's like a pinkish purple. I feel like that's pretty true to color right there. I don't know what it is about it, but I just was drawn to it that I kept picking it up and putting it down, and because I already had it, and then picking it up again. And then Kathleen ended up getting a 32 count of the same color because we just love it so much. And then, okay, so this was, again, this is like my 3rd time going to any shop because we went to Annex and then we went to Keepsakes, and I was like, okay, I'm done, not getting anything else. But then someone came to my table with some fabric, and I was like, I'm just gonna go look. Let me tell you, being in a room of 400 enablers is not good for your wallet, but it's good for your heart. So I got a whale. I've been wanting this for so long by Hands On Design. I was back and forth about it. I don't know why I haven't done it, but I looked at it and I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. And then I saw it again, I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it. And then this, obviously the third time I was like, what the heck, I'm gonna get it. So I just grabbed it. So this is gonna happen. So those were from trip number 3. Not like it matters to you guys, just how I'm organizing it in my head. These are from trip number 1. This is the first thing. I tried to be good. I was like, I'm limiting myself. That's all I'm gonna get because I know I'm gonna go to Keepsakes, get some stuff. This is me trying to behave. And then I just blew it out of the water. So I've got another Hands On Design. I'm not a huge fan of the picture, but you know, that's how pretty much always the case is. But I loved the stitched model. And of course, I'm obsessed with coffee. This is my 3rd cup of coffee of the day. And it's from the Cool Beans Cool Beans series. It's called Brew It, and it says, "This is how we brew it." I sang that and Kathleen started laughing at me. I was like, that's all I can think of when I read this every time. So it's gonna go perfectly on this little shelf we have on our wall. That's a chalkboard shelf, and it has little hooks on it, which is where our coffee cups are. Only like 5. We have like 60 coffee cups, but you know what I mean. And I wrote on that chalkboard, chop it like it's hot, chop it like it's hot. Abby, I hope you're laughing because I know that you'll appreciate the puns as much as I do, / songs. So this is gonna go on that, and it's gonna be amazing, and I'm obsessed. So there's that one. Oops, just flashed pattern. Don't look at that. I got my first ever Shakespeare Peddler designs. There was like 6 that I wanted, and then I put a bunch back, and I was like, nope, just gotta get the ones I really want. So first we have Magic Garden Sampler. I'm drawn to all the garden stuff right now because Kathleen and I planted a bunch of vegetables. We've gotten our first cucumber, and I picked like 5 jalapenos yesterday. It's very exciting stuff. But this is super cute. Ooh, it's so shiny. But is that not? I don't know what I was talking about because my phone filled up with storage, but that was Magic Garden Sampler. It happened again. I just had to take a bunch of stuff off my phone. So hopefully, I probably just need to upgrade my phone, get more storage. I'm gonna try and go through this so it doesn't happen again. Okay. Heart in Hand, Thanksgiving Blessing. May blessing follow blessing, and your heart be filled with thanksgiving, therefore. Super cute. The model was adorable. Loved it. Okay, and then a Jeanette Douglas Designs, my first ever. I thought I wanted the vintage birds, but when I saw these both stitched up, vintage animals won out for sure. It was just gorgeous in person. So I'm excited about stitching that. And then the last bag that I have was from Keepsakes. Obviously, I already showed you where I kitted up the Summer in Nantucket. I've got my first ever tapestry petites. I like them a lot. I realized after I bought these that I needed a 28 instead of a 26 for what I was working on. So I had to get some more. And then I don't remember what color this is, but I got some fabric for, it's the same fabric for both of these, but for 4th of July by Holiday Hoopla, Holiday Hoopla, 4th of July, it's a Brenda Gervais with that needle and thread. I don't love the picture, but seeing it stitched up, I really enjoyed it. And then this is the fabric that I got. It's more of a lighter neutral than what that is. I got another Plum Street Samplers. It's called Soul Sisters. I also got the same fabric that I just showed you for this one as well. And it says, in friendship, let's join thine interest with mine. Obviously I had to get it because Kathleen and I live in what is commonly called a tall and skinny. I call them shotgun houses. It is a tall, skinny house. Her aunt lives in next door, a identical, just different color house. So I had to get this because it looks like our houses. And obviously we're best friends, so had to get it. Okay, and last but not least, Snippet Kitty String by Lizzie Kate. Obviously, duh. Had to get it. So those are all my patterns. Like I said, I and I also got a couple other pieces of like small pieces of fabric along with the package that I lost. I got a spring, I think it's called a tension hoop to try it out. I didn't love it. I think I'm just really accustomed to a Q-snap and having my projects really tight. But I think it will come in handy for some projects. And then last but not least, I got an official Q-snap, not the off-brand, and some replacement holders because I broke one. As for plans, I'm just going to be stitching a lot of stuff. Like I said, I joined School of Magical Stitches and Literature. So I plan to start doing that once they sort me into a house. So be looking on Instagram for that. I'm going to do the 24 hours of cross stitch this time around. So be looking out for that. Otherwise, I'm afraid I'm going to run out of storage again. So I don't want to keep talking. It's already a really long video. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun if you were there, or were able to live vicariously through all of the posts of those of us who were there. It was a great time. I only have a few pictures to share of people because I didn't take that many, but I will put those here at the end of the video. Have a great stitchy week. I will see you next time. Bye.